hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. 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 I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. 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 I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. can hear it now. I 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 hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now.
Hello! Hello, hello, hello! How you guys doing today? Happy Sunday! Happy Gay Lawyer Sunday to all of you! Hope you guys are doing well. Alright, first up, I love the pre-stream dance party we have going on. It's so fun. It's so fun. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the music. Oh wow, what is up with my eyes? That's fine. Gay Lawyer Sunday! Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! Let's go! I'm a little hyper right now, you'll have to excuse me. Hello, everybody already in the chat! Hello, Zach! Hello, Gundam! Hello, Stumpy! And hello, Spiral! Thank you very much for the subscription! Thank you for, you've subscribed for 14 months! My dude! Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Thanks for sticking with me and my foolishness for so long. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. All right. What is the song during the waiting time called? It is called Heartbeat. It is something that I got from it's royalty free, first of all. Just to be 100% clear. It's something I got from Pixabay. When I was looking for music that I could put on underneath my stream, and that was one of the first ones that popped up. So I can put a link to that. Yeah, it's Heartbeat by Crusadope. I had to go look it up. It's a great song. It's very catchy. It's extremely catchy. So go to Pixabay and give Crusadope some love. Thank them for making such a fantastic song. Hello, Tyrant! Good morning, I should say. Hello. It's way over my bedtime, 7 a.m. in the morning. Well, good morning to you, Tyrant. I hope you had a good sleep. Or if you worked through till now, hope you had a good whatever you're up to. You'll have to excuse me, guys. I'm a little bit hyper right now. One, I've got a lot of caffeine flowing through my system, and two, I'm My body was sore after meeting with the creator of Beastar. Oh, that's right! You were going to the con! You were going to that con! So you did meet the creator of Beastars. How was it? She seems like a very nice lady. It's 9 p.m. for me. Oh, wow. You guys are like all over the place. It's so wild. Cause I'm like, it's 2 p.m. It's 2 p.m. where I'm at. So it's middle of the afternoon. I'm just chilling. It's so cool that you guys are from all over the place, though. I really love it. Paru's an awesome artist. I was shocked. She actually took off the chicken mask? Oh, wow. That's cool. That's cool. For those of you who don't know, the author of Beastars is famous for wearing a chicken mask out in at her public appearances. So the fact that you got to see what was under the mask, that's like Yoko Taro, like taking off all of their crazy masks and just being a normal freaking person for all their interviews. Caffeine, you'll fit in with our Lord and Coffee Lord Gata. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna see him in today's stream, but I could be wrong. I haven't looked ahead at all. I don't know what you're talking about. But the reason that I'm hype is for a couple of reasons. First of all, if you guys missed my announcement on Twitter, I can now officially say I am coming back for more Mushoku Tensei. I have been asked to reprise my role of Julie, and the new season starts today. So if you have not seen Mushoku Tensei, go ahead and check that out. It's a fantastic isekai series, and you can hear me as a cute little dwarf girl. So very excited to be working on that show again. I saw the announcement. Congratulations. Thank you. I've been sitting on that for like weeks and I haven't been able to say anything, but I know that a lot of people like that show and a lot of people didn't realize that I was a part of that show. Of course, to be fair, my character didn't make an appearance until like much later in the season. But yes, there'll be more Julie. There'll be more Julie this season. So please enjoy. Please enjoy. So that's fun. And secondly, I just got through watching a stream of the technical test for Hades 2, and guys, I am so excited for Hades 2! I'm so excited for Hades 2! Some of my longtime viewers, y'all seen me play it a few times here on the stream, the first Hades. I have signed up to be one of the technical testers. I don't know if that's gonna pan out or not. I just signed up for it. And I don't know if I'm gonna be allowed to stream it if I am part of the technical test. But I will absolutely report my findings to you guys. From what I've seen in the technical test, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I really like Milione, the new protagonist. I love that they're bringing in new gods. And they're all just as hot as the old gods. I'm really excited. I'm really hype about Hades 2, you guys. That was one of the few things from the Game Awards 2-3 years ago that I was really, really hyped for. And then we heard nothing about it. And then all of a sudden, Supergiant's like, hey, we're having a public technical test. Come join us, maybe. I know you know, Danny. Were you aware that she was an Ace Attorney as Dahlia? I knew she was an Ace Attorney. I didn't realize that she was Dahlia. Oh, man. Okay, next time I see her, I'm gonna give her such crap for it. maybe not, because Danny's actually super cool and we're cool, but I didn't realize that she was Dahlia. If you were Rentaro, would you date Eris or Sylphiette? Probably Sylphiette. From what I've seen, she looks super sweet. I like the sweet moments that her and Rudius have. So I would say Sylphie. Sylphie would be my choice there. I'm still impressed that the Hades game had Zagreus, who is an obscure Greek god that eventually became Dionysus as the Greek mythology changed. That's right! That's right! I had never heard of Zagreus before I played Hades. I thought that he was an OC. This shows how ignorant I am of like Greek mythology. I thought Zagreus was like a character that was created by Supergiant Games, specifically for the game. But no, it turns out he's totally a real guy. Well, I say real. He's real in the sense that he is actually a Greek mythological character. Same thing with Melione. And yes, I'm very excited. I really enjoyed Hades. I like roguelites. I'm not very good at them, but I do like them. So I've put a good amount of time into Hades. Have yet to actually beat the bastard, but we'll get to that one of these days. Oh man. So yeah, lots of fun things happening in SGG's world right now. I'll we may have more husbands being added to the husband pile of plushies in the near future. Maybe some waifus as well. We'll see. But speaking of husbands, why don't we get to my gay lawyer husbands and get started with Phoenix Wright, shall we? I have never heard of Melione, or at least I'm not as familiar with her. I bet she is well, considering how freaking obscure Zagreus is, I'm gonna say Melione is probably just as obscure. I'm gonna put the... I've noticed that my game audio has been really high in the last few streams, so I'm gonna put it a little bit lower today. If it is too quiet, just let me know, guys. What's up, KR Thomas? Welcome! Let's encourage SGG to play this game on Try It Tuesday. I saw the game, KRT. I'm not making a promise, but if I ever reach the bottom of the barrel, I may try your recommendation. Joke from last night. Gundam says, I finally finished Sonic Colors. Yay! Colors! Colors is actually a really fun one. I thought so the thing with me in Sonic Colors is I actually really like the sort of gaggy, jokey writing that they were going for. And also because it was Roger Clark Smith's first foray as Sonic, I thought he did a fantastic job. Only some of them have watched... I asked the audience to raise their hand if they've watched the English dub of Beastars, and only some of them have watched the dub. I haven't heard a lot of traction about the Beastars dub, actually, which is a shame, because one of my favorite VAs is actually, you'll have to excuse me, it has been a long time since I've watched, or seen anything with Beastars. The Little White Rabbit, what is her name? Is her name Haru, or am I thinking of somebody else? But anyway, the White Rabbit, she's played by Laura Jill Miller, who was one of my favorite VAs growing up, and to hear her play that role and do it so well was really good. Haru the Rabbit, yes, I was correct. Okay, good. Phew. But yeah, no, I think Laura Jill Miller does a great job, and everybody on the dub, from what I've seen of it, has done a fantastic job with Beastars. I need to get back into watching it. And a cursory search. Ah, nice. Okay, so again, continuing the tradition of obscure Greek heroes as protagonists in the Hades trilogy, or the trilogy. I hope it's a trilogy. Maybe there'll be a Hades 3. Anyway, I'm getting super sidetracked. Let me go ahead and do my intro real fast. What is up, fellow geeks? Super Geek Girl here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Today we are continuing the final trial. The final chapter of the trilogy is underway, and a lot went down last stream. To recap, we are up in a snowy mountain. A children's book author has been killed. The victim is... not the victim. The suspect is a woman who bears a very, very worryingly striking resemblance to Phoenix's ex-girlfriend, Phoenix's murderous ex-girlfriend. Maya is stranded up on a mountain, Pearl is MIA, and Phoenix is stuck in a hospital. So, yeah. On the plus side, though, we get to play as Miles! Whee! Please excuse my excited screech. Yes, with Phoenix out of commission, for the moment, we're playing as my boy Miles Edgeworth. And I am very, very excited to be taking control of him during this portion of the game. Oh yes, and Larry's a tool is normal, but you know that's not really an update. He's always been a tool. But he's probably gonna be like way worse. But anyway, let's get to it. Continuing episode 5, Bridge to the Turnabout. Oh, I need to put on my mic. Ba-boom. There we go. Yes, as always, if something smells, it is usually the butts. And I think things are about to... It's about to get real bad up in here, probably. If we are indeed putting Larry on the stand today, things are about to get real bad. February 9th, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. No! That is so mean! I can't do that! I can't do that to him! KRT, I hate you! Oh, man. Alright. Gotta give the people what they want, I guess. Oh, God. If anybody comes into this stream, they're gonna be like, what the hell is going on? Alright, fine. Chipmunk voice for Edgeworth. I'm so mad at you right now. Chipmunk voice for Edgeworth for 10 minutes. Starting from Edgeworth's first line. You're so mean. I was so excited for this, and now it's gonna be ruined for me. Alright, whatever. 10 minutes, starting now. Yes, we have gotten the iris. This is the, suspiciously looks like the murderous ex-girlfriend character. Alright, here we go.
Oh my. Mr. Larice feels that way about me?
Alright, 10 minutes starting now.
Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all.
I felt a part of me die just now! Fine, whatever. Screw it, we're going with it. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Yeah, I bet.
This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing.
Oh my god.
Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him.
God. I hate this so much, you guys.
Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today?
Oh, thank God it's not Larry.
No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini? She claims to have seen the very instant in which you were carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Stoneham, correct? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes? This is Edgeworth with a chipmunk voice. I physically cannot go higher than this without dying.
You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed, then... Don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris. It is a prosecutor's job to...
Oh god, I can't do this.
It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once.
That's actually kind of sweet. That's actually nice. I like that. He's channeling Phoenix really hard.
Mr. Edgeworth, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task that I have been entrusted.
This voice is definitely not fit for the... This voice is not fit for the task.
Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands.
Alright. February 9th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 7. Let's go. So, if the prosecutor isn't got it, it's gotta be... Nobody? Court is... Oh! It's the Canadian judge! Not that his voice is gonna be all that much different from the regular judge's voice, but I get to say a boot again. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. Oh no. I can't do this while looking Edgeworth in the eye. I can't do that. Oh. All right, whatever. Edgeworth, I am so sorry. Chat's making me do this.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
God. Who? The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Higher pitches. I'm trying!
Indeed.
I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case was already over before it had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant... Hey! There she is! If it wasn't gonna be Ghana and it can't be Edgeworth, there's only one possibility! Welcome back, Miss Von Karma! Oh god, it's a sibling rivalry! Sibling courtroom rivalry! Let's go! Let's go! I am so ready for this. I am so ready for this. All right, let me see if I can remember. Let me see if I can remember what the voice was for Von Karma. The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Franziska Von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance, you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred Von Karma. Complete asshole, yes. Legends are a thing of the past. I am a Von Karma. That is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Well, then you might be quite the big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth... Still got 3 minutes to go, guys. Yes, Your Honor?
I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once.
Nope. It's fine. I found out the other day Manfred von Karma actually got executed. Yeah! There is justice in this world! But it's only in Japanese supplementary materials. You know what? That's fine. If it's in the Japanese material, that makes it even more canon. That makes it even more canon because they didn't translate away the implication here. Yes, we're back to the judge, and I've got 2 more minutes for this squeaky Edgeworth voice. Here we go.
I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor.
I hate this.
Miss von Karma, do you have anything to say? What the hell is wrong with your voice, brother?
That's what she wants to say.
There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't? But I'm sure what's the... I told you there is no such weakling! What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip!
Oh, nope. Okay, first of all, I have immense respect for this Canadian judge to be the only one with the cojones to try and remove Francisca's whip from the courtroom. I have immense respect for this man. I have immense respect for this man for doing that. There was no way it was gonna work, but I respect him. Hello, Kid Anime! Welcome! You're just in time! You're just in time for our trial! Also, I don't know if... I don't know if I can do this with a straight face. But good on the... Yeah, no. My guy, you must be new here. He's not new! He just hasn't been at this for a while. Oh boy. Alright. Oh, and luckily my 10 minutes are up, so...
I have no objection to the whip. You don't?
I'm used to it, it's fine.
The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. Well, this promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I've been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth! I will not allow this chance to crush you,
Hang on, I goofed up. And I got put in the box. Alright, fine.
Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you, to slip through my fingers!
Bring it on, bitch! Oh, excuse me, I have to do it in an Edgeworth way.
I see you brought your flair for the histrionic.
Alright. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Alright, box of shame. Alright. I will be in the box for... Let's see here. How do I want to... 15 minutes in the box. That's fair. It's really not, but that's what I'm doing. I didn't even get the simp yet! It's fine.
Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. The stage is set. Now, continue with the proceedings, Your Honor.
Judge, the man has no idea what he's in for. He's been at the game too long.
Very well. Miss Von Karma, please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author Miss Elise Donim. Her body was found in Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed to the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts the photo of this crime scene.
The crime photo has been added. Tomorrow is Crusadope's birthday. Nice. One of my all-time favorite VAs. So happy early birthday to him.
There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring the witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney.
Can we get this lady a booster seat, please? Bailiff, bring in a booster seat. I love that. I love that she's so short. Or a box of standard. Kuwabara is the best. Was that Sabat? That's right. Kuwabara is great. Yu Yu Hakusho just in general is great.
Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on here. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight.
Literally just goes up like an inch. It's literally just like my model can't I can't raise my model up, but that's okay. It's fine.
If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please.
There we go. You can have my box of shame to stand on, Sister Bikini. I don't need it. It's fine.
Once again, your name and occupation, please.
Okay, what voice did we have for her again? I think it was just like a typical motherly voice sort of thing, right?
Oh, little old me. Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. The courtroom is a garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once. You want me to leave?
Oh, no need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer.
In any case... Witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
That's right.
I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that.
Von Karma wants you to leave us. What? No! Okay, first of all, it is not lechery that resides in my heart, okay? Okay? First off, let's just get that straight right now. I have nothing but good intentions towards these characters, I promise you. I have a deep respect for justice and the legal system. So it's purely out of that respect that I fuss over them. It is. Yes, thank you. Lechery and simping are two very different things. They're very different. Oh man, no, the voice are straight. All right, here we go.
Let us hear what you have to say, then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh?
Just in case you forget, that there's that he's Canadian. The night of the murder. Here we go.
That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple. But, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long, hot soak. It was after I'd finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it!
If you respect justice as you claim, you must play Apollo. I intend to! At some point. Not right away, but at some point.
So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple?
Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple.
That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with these testimonies that I can see. And you're not about to fail at the first hurdle. Now are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination.
Alright. Let's see if I can spot it by memory. I was helping an acolyte with your training. Yeah. My back likes to act up. I left Iris to help the acolyte. Is that the same thing that Iris said? Just a minute. I left Iris to help the acolyte and return to Hazakura Temple. Yeah, no, that doesn't sync up because she rang the lights out though, so she couldn't have stayed with the acolyte, right? Yeah, no, that's bunk. That's bunk. Objection!
Objection!
Oh, I love the way he says it. I love the way he says it. It's so good. It's so good hearing it from the other side of the bench.
Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all.
Oh, well, don't worry. I'm more than up to the task.
I'm a woman of faith, after all. The head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all.
No! She said that?
A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose?
The defendant is simply lying to cover her back!
Objection!
But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi.
But that is odd. I am going to save my game. Thank you very much, Gundam.
But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question.
Oh, dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you?
Well, that isn't exactly what I...
My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter.
Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you're going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. And let us return to the cross-examination.
Okay, that night I was helping an acolyte with their training in the inner temple, but as you can see, my back likes to act up. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. Hold up. If she was dressed exactly as she was, then how do you explain this, madam? Objection!
Objection!
Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant who you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct?
Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Hold it right there! Why do you have that?
God, I love how freaking cocky he is, though. I mean, come on. Come on.
That is the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift last night, before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood! It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it.
Again! Again, he's learning... Let me just shut everybody up for a second. I was talking about this with somebody after the stream last week. I love that, like, Edgeworth now has a much better idea of what it's like to be right. The absolute bullshit this man goes through. I love it. I love it. I love that he's starting to understand. I love that he's starting to understand. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. When I was at the expo, I actually met Mob's Japanese VA. Oh, nice! You know, I have yet to watch Mob Psycho. I really need to, I need to watch that. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I really need to watch it at some point. Apparently, Reagan, Araki, his mentor guy, I feel like is somebody that I will either really hate or really love. But yes, I have every intention to watch Mob Psycho at some point. Hello, Boots! Welcome, welcome! Glad to have you aboard! Thank you very much for tuning in! Oh, and my time's up, so away goes the box. Alright, let's get back to it.
Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them.
I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh?
Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned.
Then this is quite strange.
If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradiction here.
I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt.
Ah, so that's his game. That's his game. Edgeworth needs protection. Someone put SGG back in the box. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I can contain myself for one stream. Possibly. We'll see.
Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation.
I'm fine. Will Edgeworth be fine? Edgeworth will be just fine. Besides, my Edgeworth plushie's in the other room right now, so it's totally fine.
I finished my bath around 11 and thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and Iris was... Oh, Mr. Khalees! And with that sword of all things! Mr. Khalees was staying in the corner room, which faces out onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
I remember this being a thing. This is the problem statement. I remember this. I remember this because I caught on to it during the investigation, not upon review.
You truly saw a terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would have been much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court.
Ouch!
And me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that.
Yeah, I agree, Edgeworth.
This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe.
If you were talking about anybody else, that would be a compliment, but since it's Gumshoe, it's automatically an insult.
I would look a fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name, can't you do something about that habit of yours?
I would be more concerned about her using fool every chance she gets. Alright, I finished my bath around 11. As I was walking back, Mr. Khalees was staying in the corner room. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out the window. No. Because the body fell after the body fell after she was stabbed. That's what it was. The body fell after she was stabbed. I remember that being a thing in the investigation. I'm so proud of myself that I remembered that. But anyway, never mind. Objection!
Objection!
Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. That's right. It says after death right here. The scene the witnesses claim to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
Look at how many boxes she was standing on! Did y'all see that?
Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Dunham's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a bloodstain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Varkama, was there any blood? No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. However, if there was no blood in the room, I'm sure there is no need for me to go over this, as I am sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood? Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed. With the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound.
This is partially true, yes.
That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion, then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions.
Does it, though? Does it, though? I feel like Von Karma knew this before becoming a lawyer. She has definitely... She has killed before! I would not put it past this woman. I would not put it past this woman. Oh, boy.
Order! Order!
Excuse me, I got choked up on my own order. Sorry about that. She was trained in Germany after all. That doesn't automatically make her a killer, but I see where I know what you're going for here.
I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please remain standing on the crate!
Don't you go selling me short now!
You are short.
The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood.
Sister, please, give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
Oh, man. The mental image that just popped into my head. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh boy, alright.
Edgeworth is much more composed than Phoenix ever was as a defense attorney. Yes! I love his composure. This feels like a proper courtroom drama now. This feels like a proper courtroom drama. Edgeworth all cool and composed. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love him. And this is Miles' only time as a defense. It's such a shame though, because he's so good at it. He's like so good at it. This is exactly, and like this is what he wanted initially before DL6 occurred. He wanted specifically to be a defense attorney, just like his dad. This is what he wanted, and now he's finally getting it. It in the weirdest way possible, but he's finally getting what he always wanted, to be a defense attorney. And it's so good. It's so good. Oh, I really want to play investigations. I really want to play more as Miles. I love it. I love it. It's just so nice to play as somebody who actually knows what they're doing. I'm sorry, Phoenix, but it's true. Maybe Nick should quit being a lawyer and be a hobo. No! If anything, he would go back and pursue his art degree, maybe. I know it says that he was an art student. My personal headcanon, because I'm totally not projecting on Phoenix at all, is that he was a theater kid, much like myself. It would also explain why he's so dramatic AF in the courtroom. It makes perfect sense if you think about it.
When I looked at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mr. Galeese. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. But you can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Abi was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back.
Interesting.
This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Francisca Von Karma.
Oh, I love the juxtaposition there. I love the juxtaposition there. I love that. Because that's what he was striving for at first, too. He was all about that perfect win record, and then Phoenix is right. Nope. You ain't getting that no more. Ah, so good. Sorry, I'm freaking out.
I'm here to teach you just that.
All right, but I didn't really see anything. At least not immediately. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Okay, that tracks. I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. So, okay. That's a little odd.
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood?
That's right! Some of it had splattered on the iris, too!
When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further?
Keep going!
Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you say you saw the victim bleeding?
Well, I say that is what I saw when I saw.
What sort of statement is this?
What did you see?
Maybe I didn't see the poor woman getting stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her plain as day.
Pulling the sword out?
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out.
Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony.
Oh, was that important?
More important than you can imagine.
I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Oh, no. There is no way this had blood all the way up to the hilt, ma'am. Calling it! Objection!
Objection!
Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here.
What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you.
What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to the hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Please explain. Explain yourself! To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble! I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind of that, ma'am. There's no doubt in my mind of that.
The objection stands. I want a little back there, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. That's...
Yeah. If you're gonna use Meta Knight's sword to murk somebody, you're gonna have a tough time pulling that shit out.
We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it is an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than conjecture! In reality, the victim was stabbed with the Shinji-Shito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
You're grasping for straws here, ma'am.
I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction. You still got more?
Oh, he's got plenty. Von Karma cannot easily push Edgeworth around like she can Phoenix. Well, I mean, he grew up with her bullshit. He grew up with Francisca. He grew up with this mess. He knows how to deal with her way better than Phoenix ever could. Yeah, no, this is a great dynamic. This is a great dynamic here. I love it. I love it. It feels like I'm actually watching an episode of Law and Order. If it weren't for the judge being completely brain dead.
This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword! No! Bravo! Miles Edgeworth! Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence! All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. But what does all this mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishito! What? A foolish idea born from the foolish minds of a foolhardily foolish fool!
Get a thesaurus, ma'am.
Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon?
Well, it's because Mystic Army was holding it.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishito was the murder weapon.
Yeah, exactly. Edgeworth has to put up with Francisca. I can't get a word in edgewise because the whip keeps cracking down. Maybe, sometimes, possibility, those are conjecture, that's not facts. Though that's never stopped her before. And yes, she is rather redundant with that redundant phase. There was an animation that one of my favorite Ace Attorney artists put out of Phoenix giving Francisca a thesaurus because she just would not stop using the word fool. It was really funny. I'm pretty sure I posted it to the chat already, but it's one of my favorites now.
So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true.
Hey, what's up, Zelda NPC? Welcome! Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Sibling Rivalry in Court. You tuned in at a good time.
Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like to ask the prosecution to answer the obvious question that it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma! No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast.
Excuse me. Could I say something? I just remembered something, actually.
What is it, sister?
I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was... it was just over there.
What exactly are you going on about here?
The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe... I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
You what? Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. That's impossible!
There's that face. There's that face we all know and love.
What else? What else could this old woman have seen?
You can't actually just remember shit on the spot on the stand. No, you can't. You can't. Your statements have to be vetted out. Or something like that. By the way, I posted it to the chat, but did you guys see that video of an American and Japanese lawyer talking about how bullshit Phoenix Wright is? It was a Legal Eagle video. It was really, really good. It's really good. All right, location of the weapon. Let's go.
I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks! Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used!
I was wondering about that snowmobile, actually.
It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those! Maybe they threw the weapon in the Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time.
Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know.
Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here's a photograph.
Okay, but could we have had this? Could we have had this earlier? Could we have had this earlier? And yeah, could not the snowmobile imply that someone else could have been the murderer? This answers nothing. It just raises more questions.
A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge.
Track photos added to the court record. All right.
That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in the winter. making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
All right. Let's see what we got here. I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. After asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. Takes 15 minutes to walk the Dusky Bridge. Maybe they threw the weapon in the Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out.
Yeah, maybe, but...
But that doesn't explain where these footprints went. So it's one of two things here. Either these footprints are still unaccounted for, or in order to go all the way back from Dusky Bridge and back, they would have to follow the exact same path. There would actually be two tracks going to and from the temple, right? Right? It's one of the two. Either way, this is sus. This is sus. And I'm calling you out on your sussiness, ma'am. Objection!
Objection!
I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You have finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Myers Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks?
There we go! It was the second one. It was the second one. Yeah. Yeah, no, Stumpy is... Stumpy is slowly losing his mind in the chat. Why not use the snowmobile to bail? Why not kill him while you were KO'd? Why go back to the room and pray? There's a lot of... None of this makes sense, but it's for the drama. It's for the drama. It's fine. It's fine.
If what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow.
Calm down, Stumpy. You're fine. You're fine. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's fine.
Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
You're right.
You're forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it?
I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks.
I mean, there's still another set that hasn't been accounted for, so yeah, there is a contradiction.
The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction? No need. The evidence will do all of the talking for me.
On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by the snow, or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by the snow.
I will save... I'm too late to save my game, so I gotta make the right choice here. Oh! This might be useful. Eagle Mountain weather data for February 7th. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow 7 to approximately 10:50
Lightning 10 to approximately 11. Aha! I got it! Your Honor?
Take that!
Oh, it hit me with that beautiful British accent again. Yes!
Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11!
Of course. This means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report?
I will go ahead and save now. Thank you very much, Zach.
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up.
Get her!
Order! Order! Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Gama's claim has been snowed in. It is too soon to be closing this trial due to snow.
I hereby call for a snow day in court. Snowball fights behind the podiums, let's go!
Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things!
Why is that pathetic? It's hard data.
Answer me this then. When is the weather report even correct?
It's hard data! We just said! Ma'am! Quit grasping at straws!
No, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data.
Thank you! Jesus!
Forecast data? All weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true, we cannot be totally sure, eh?
What? Yeah, no! Edgeworth, honey, that's my question too. How the hell did she pull that off?
It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. We've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed?
No. I would like to just shove the weather report in his face again, being like, here is your hard data! This is true! But I can't. Wait, hang on. Yeah. This is it right here. If it really was still snowing at 11 p.m., then her body and the sword would have still been covered in snow, right? So it's totally the crime scene photo. It's the crime photo, right? I got this. Edgeworth, my love, take it away.
Take that!
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right. But proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Durham. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks.
He might be the most put together. Ma'am! Please! Let me step over your brother for a second! God! He might be the most put together pro tag we've had so far! 100%! 100% he is! And that's why we love him! We stand Miles Edgeworth in this chat!
Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were headed for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained.
Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me.
What does, sister?
There is only one key for the snowmobile.
Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder.
Which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance.
I just noticed Miles is wearing the defense attorney badge on his lapel. Yes, I was going to mention that as well. He's wearing it with pride, or at least for professional appearances, but I like to think with pride because it's just like, finally, I'm a defense attorney. It's so good, it's so good.
The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot.
That sounds right.
But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge.
You must have just failed to see it, sister.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
So the snowmobile... Wait a minute. So there were tracks in the snow, but the snowmobile was covered in snow. So how does that work? Ah, hell. Thought we had something there.
Order! Order! Order in the court! What does this all mean? So then, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble.
It's always the little stuff, isn't it?
I think we've learned all we can from this witness.
Yes, I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know.
But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out walking, perhaps, near Dusky Bridge on that night?
I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Hey! We know an idiot! Unless they had something really important to do.
That's a shame. Hold on. Something's coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor! Actually, there just might be one idiot, excuse me, individual who may be of help to us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are two things about him that do come to mind. Which are, first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder.
And the second being?
This individual that I am thinking of is an idiot. Excuse me. Went wandering outside on that cold night.
In other words, there it is. He did finally say it.
In other words,
Oh no.
he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about?
Like I said, if something smells, it's the butts. My friend since grade school. I never saw this. My friend since grade school. I don't remember how we became friends though. Oh, that's good. I love that. I love that. But it's our boy.
Take that.
It's our boy the butts.
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Delaroc's pride of obnoxious French painting.
I don't know what that reference is. That's fine.
This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Donham. Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason.
Damn! Smooth as silk, that cover story. Smooth as silk.
And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately! I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well. Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today, I'm going to get everything out of you. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess.
Okay, so one thing that they didn't address in the Legal Eagle video that I saw, and if they did address this, I don't remember it, but I don't remember if they brought up, is it actually, in Japanese courts, is it actually the job of the prosecution to prepare the witnesses? Because I feel like that would be both attorneys' jobs to prepare both of their respective witnesses, but is all of that on the prosecution's side? I don't know. Hydrate, thank you very much, Zach, I will. Because they do talk a lot about court proceedings in Japan. And the Japanese court system is actually not all that different from the American court system. According to what the Japanese lawyer was saying.
So I don't know if that's any different or not. That'd be interesting to ask. If I had a Japanese lawyer to ask, I would. But yes, we are gonna save our progress up to this point. The main difference is the lack of a jury in most cases. Yeah. And the Japanese guy, the Japanese lawyer was saying that, yeah, there's usually not an audience in the galley watching all of this go down, looking down on him from above. He said that the design of the courthouse was extremely strange. It was a really strange design for the courtroom, and I thought that was fun. All right. Here we go. February 9th, 11:15 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
All right. I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hasakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple's snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, you're really gonna do this now? You're really gonna do this now? Ma'am? Ma'am! We have 20 minutes! I do not have time to unlock all this! Oh, come on! Come on! The main difference is lack of jury. Nowadays, juries are lay judges only called upon in capital cases. That is true. Juries in Japan didn't get introduced until, like, it was fairly recent, like only 10 or 20 some odd years ago did juries become a thing in Japanese courts. If I'm remembering the video correctly, please do not take my word on that. But look at this! Look at all this! Damn it! Iris! Iris, why?
Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet.
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya.
You have not seen the worst these locks have to offer. No! Don't tell me! Are they gonna, like, cover the screen at some point? We've already got 5 of the damn things!
Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donem?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought. No psycholocks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough.
Oh my god. Why everybody is so cagey? Why is everybody in this world so cagey? Just give me straight answers, please. I'm going to throttle Larry before this is over. I guarantee you. I'm going to throttle this man before it's over. February 9th, 11:36 a.m. District Court, Court number 7. Let's go! answer your question, Spiral, no, Miles was not aware of the psych locks. He only became aware of them when Phoenix gave him the Magatama to assist in his investigation. Up to this point, he had no idea, and even now that he can see them, he is still like,
I'm a man of science. Spiritual things such as this aren't real.
except he's seen it himself. He is remarkably taking it in stride.
Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
He was drawing Francisca. He was drawing Franny. Oh no!
Aha! Anyway, it is time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Laurie, stone him! I hope you're ready. Get in here! It would seem that Whip is going to see plenty more use today.
He seems pretty happy about it. Never mind!
Your sketch is in contempt of this court!
Hey! I was just artistically
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct?
Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist trudging out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, Viridian.
Larry, this isn't an art store, now is it?
I know! I graduated junior high, okay? Are we sure about that? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it?
Working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope.
That's it! Thanks, buddy!
It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence.
I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see? I've got nothing to do with this trial! At all! I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ouch! Ow, 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 ow!
Stop your pathetic blabbering and testify like a man! Please refrain from whipping me, Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now!
This is too much for me! Oh, boy. I'm surprised that Larry even knows what Viridian means. I'm surprised he even can tell red from green. I have zero faith in this man's ability as an artist. Congratulations on reprising your role in Mushoku Tensei. Thank you! Thank you! I'm very pleased to be coming back as Julie. I hope you guys will check it out and enjoy the new season. I was at that lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I itchy?
Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony.
I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation? Or anything else? Oh, that's right.
Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he's been to other people.
Yeah, that's right! I'm behind everything, every case! Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy!
Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into the other details at a later time.
Oh boy. What an absolutely pathetic excuse for a man. I think they skipped his introduction because Edgeworth has difficulty getting witnesses to say their names. Yes, I love that that's a recurring joke in the series. No matter how competent he is as a lawyer, the one thing he has trouble with is getting people to freaking introduce themselves properly. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night. Bullshit! You saw your possibly best friend nearly fall to his death! Come on now!
Objection!
Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble.
I'm sorry?
But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction.
Edgy, are you trying to console me?
It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you from simply turning away from the incidents you create!
You're totally pinning this on me!
Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts!
That's right. Me in the flesh.
Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change!
But what do you want me to do then?
Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you.
Gee, I think... Yeah, he is such a sad excuse for a horrible person.
I think I finally woken up.
Well, I guess I could still be sleeping.
But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify.
Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well.
I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder?
Okay, here we go. I went to the shack around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick.
You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you?
I mean, he just saw thunder.
So, what's happened to the bridge after it caught on fire?
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burned out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the bridge remains what was causing Nick to fall.
What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know if that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky.
So Francisca didn't know! Francisca didn't know that Phoenix is in the hospital! Interesting. Also, yes, the fact that this man... He saw lightning, not thunder. I know what I said! Also, the fact that Phoenix can fall off a burning bridge into a raging river and walk away with just a cold... The man's luck stats are off the chart. The Constitution stats are off the charts with this man. Phoenix is unkillable. Yes, he got that plot armor. Yeah, exactly! Exactly! He got that plot armor! Beat me to it!
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination.
Put Phoenix in Street Fighter. I mean, he already is in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He's already an MVK, or MVC. I can't use him worth shit, but he's there. He is in a fighting game.
Alright, I went to the shack at around 9. That's fine. I was lying under my bedding. I looked out and saw Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. Let's press him on this.
Hold it!
You said right away. But exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out! How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on. Had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I'd recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare to that. Well, should I press him for a bit more info?
Why didn't you call anybody?
Larry, let me ask you one thing.
What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face?
Why didn't you call anyone?
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct?
Well, of course I thought of doing that.
So then, let's hear why you didn't.
Huh? Yeah, okay, reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay?
I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. It had stopped snowing, he said, and then... No, wait a minute. I think there was something... Right, there was something about that. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Lightning 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Yeah, no, something stinks here. Something stinks here. And you know what they say, if something stinks, it's the butts. Objection!
Objection!
You're very...
Damn, Edgeworth! That is so brutal!
Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not.
What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some kind of alien!
But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time.
I've never been the best timekeeper, you know? 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with them? Terrible at those.
This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct?
Yeah. Well, it wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less.
I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m.
It all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his volley act.
That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there, in the courtyard. There is no way Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time!
Excuse me? I have an objection!
You do?
Edgy! How many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry!
It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Kalmer. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means... what, exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive in the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes?
I feel like I just got...
Ew!
I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me.
Order! Order! So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Yeah, not much of a problem at all.
Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness. Why didn't you? Were you simply there to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we're talking about. And even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction.
Oh, he just turned serious.
Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude.
Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time.
Listen. I'm going to tell you everything. You sure you want to hear it all?
Yes.
I may really say it this time. Everything.
Then say it! Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness?
The missing 15 minutes. Oh boy, do I really want to know this or not? Do I really want to know this?
I'm Adonim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came running up.
Hey, what's up, Sleepy? Welcome, welcome. We are interrogating Larry. And yeah, just like Zach said, just Larry being Larry.
I suppose artists can be strange folk.
That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch.
Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is surprisingly believable, Sori, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him.
You'll regret this, Edgy.
All right, here we go. What nonsense are we about to hear? I'm a donim, I'm an artist. I was sketching in front of the bridge. What were you sketching, sir?
Sketching? The burning bridge? The burning bridge and everything that came with it! What? Came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? Oh, you're gonna regret this. That sketch of mine. Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant the sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there.
I mean, we kind of have to, right? Look at the sketch.
Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch. Please.
Well. Even I couldn't have imagined it would turn out like this.
Oh, is now a good time to save? Okay, I'm gonna save.
Imagined what?
That Larice Donum's debut would take place here. Today, like this.
Ouch! Show it now!
Okay! But still yourselves.
This is the world of Larice Donum!
I mean, I know 5-year-olds who could draw that. That's fine.
Well, so this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes. Well, it's a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did!
Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry?
What?
The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate-looking figure?
Oh, you spotted that. I thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris! Of course! Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that?
We've got a flying sister, y'all! We've got a flying sister. Oh, hey, Gabe! Welcome! Welcome to the chat! You didn't miss much except the fact that Iris can apparently fly!
Oh, lordy, what is going on?
Yeah, that's about my reaction too.
Larry, please answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really?
And Stumpy's checked out. Stumpy's checked out now.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist.
You! Hi!
Thank you, translation team. Thank you, translation team. I love it. I love it. Are you high? 420 was yesterday, but apparently some people here are still blazing. Oh, boy.
The girl! She's really high up in this picture!
Oh, Lord help me. Lord help me.
Ah, what was that for?
This is all about... How am I supposed to be deducing things in this one? It's loony, bonkers, nonsensical. Edgeworth might as well say it was ghosts. Then we can all go home. Stumpy, calm down, buddy. You're fine. You're fine. No, Stumpy is not okay. Stumpy is very much not okay right now. And it is hilarious.
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly!
Oh, shut up, Francisca! There is not! You are a bald-faced lying in this court, madam! Of course, it wouldn't be the first time, but still.
Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let us get back to the cross-examination. By force, if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what did you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me!
A horrible sketch of what Larry saw on the night of the crime. Oh, man. Edgeworth really is walking in Phoenix's shoes right now. He is. He is. He's getting the full. He is getting the full Wright experience. He's getting the full Phoenix Wright experience, and he hates it. He absolutely hates it.
Now, hurry up and cross-examine him.
Adonim, I saw. What do you think I was doing? I was sketching. I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. You mean this night? You mean this white hood? This one right here? The one that we got from her? Nah, there's something up here. There's something up here. She wasn't wearing the hood. That's right! She wasn't! Larry, I don't need to tell you this, but you're full of shit! Objection!
Objection!
Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. Well, in your position, that's just being irresponsible! I drew exactly what I saw! I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth! If that is truly the case, then there is one thing we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over this bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris. What do you mean? I don't understand! A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool!
Seriously, somebody please get this woman a thesaurus.
How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was! That rundown shack is quite a ways from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood! It seems there are bigger fools in this world as the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there is something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight. What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine.
Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood?
What?
Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? You Nick, you dog!
That's what he's upset about. Nick's macking on his girl. Or something like that.
I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited, and discarded. Straight into the garbage. What is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come.
Oh my god, shut up, dude.
Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you.
What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness?
I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive evidence?
Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge, and I, Lois Dunham, shall prove it.
I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality.
Okay. I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain!
You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me.
Edgeworth is so done with this idiot, and so am I, and so is this entire chat! I feel like I should apologize to chat for submitting you guys to this nonsense.
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere.
Thank you very much, Sleepy. Hey, that has blood on it. I'm sure that's gonna be important later.
That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night.
Oh, I think I know somebody who lost a crystal sphere.
A crystal sphere?
This one. Pretty, ain't it? But finders keepers.
That sphere. Where did you find it?
Let me see. Around here somewhere? Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow.
It had pretty much stopped snowing by then, but there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
The court accepts this crystal sphere.
Hey, that's mine, okay? I want it back afterward.
There's something on it. Oh my. It's blood! What? Blood?
Crystal sphere found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge the night of the crime. Has blood on it.
You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry! Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore!
Didn't you want to be called Laurice Donham only a few minutes ago?
When I reached Dusky Bridge, I was so worried. A beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. It came from the staff! It came from the staff! There was a big dumb ball on the staff! I commented it looked like a wizard's name! Why isn't there a facepalm blurb? I should probably have a facepalm emote, shouldn't I? That'll be something for future reference. But for now, I think I know exactly who this crystal ball belonged to. Objection!
Objection!
Larry, that night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who was this stupid idiot? Miss Elise Donham, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here.
Ba-boom! There it is!
And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Ouch! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. They look nothing alike!
I just lost it in Edgeworth's voice.
In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff, found at the scene of the crime. The crystal sphere! It's gone! What? What? Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either.
How this man is allowed to operate in society is baffling to me. Yeah, same here. Edgeworth is so fed up with this shit. We all are. We all are.
That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim? Miss Elise Donham! A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion! First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous! People cannot fly, thus it is rejected! You can't do that! I saw it with my eyes! On this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring! You honestly believe that? Give it some thought and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donham was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to the case. That is all. Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. What are you pointing at me for? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe that this has nothing to do with the case? That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There's blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. Which is exactly the same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch! What? You mean... I'm the killer?! No! All joking aside...
Was that a joke?
I believed her. Just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe that this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Donham left Hazakura Temple that night. However, If somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If this is not related to the case, then this witness whom you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
Yes, you can! You're Miles Edgeworth! You can do anything!
Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it. That is the only option. That's what he'd do.
Oh, God! He's channeling the boyfriend! He's channeling the boyfriend!
That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this.
Y'all cannot tell me that this man doesn't love that other man! Y'all can't tell me that! Y'all can't tell me he doesn't love him! Come on now! Come on now!
Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link in solving this case. You'll do what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. Well, that should come as no surprise. Because right now I am Phoenix Wright and I am indeed cornered!
Let's not put the panic in his voice. I love this line though.
Because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered! I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder.
I should have said. All right. Yeah, too late to save my game now.
Why did it show the photo though? Why did it show the photo? Is there something in the photo?
If there was something in the photo, it would have done the little, it would have done the magnifying glass, though, right? No hood? Wait, she's got a hood! She's got a hood! Yeah, no, this is not a pretty death. It's not a good one. It's not a good one. She's got a hood. Is that it? Is that it? We're going for it.
This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct?
That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah! Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder! What? Order! Order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What could that have been? This sphere. There is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
Uh-huh.
The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard? Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness! Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything! She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard! That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't!
This is absolutely two siblings arguing back and forth. Oh my god, this is the reverse of like... This 100% reminds me of objection! Nuh-uh! Fuck you mean nuh-uh! This is just siblings arguing. I love it. I love it.
You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus, there was no bleeding.
I don't know about that, per se. But, screw it, we're gonna run with it.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunham's body was found in Hazakura Temple! On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest that someone carried the body all that way? I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple.
The snowmobile? That's why the snowmobile was used! That's why the snowmobile was used! This is it! This is it! Take that!
On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could have also been used to carry a body. Order! Order! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth! You have dug yourself into your own grave! What do you mean? The only one who could have used a snowmobile was the defendant! She's the one who moved the body! Doesn't that put a final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, Elise Dunham, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it! This witness certainly sits on Wolf.
Oh my god, with these insults! I need to write these down. Next time I make a bard character, these would be amazing insults for vicious mockery.
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, He would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point.
Edgy, thank you!
That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright.
Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning! Then I would have had Francie whipping me out.
Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you are here to do.
This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel!
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by.
What a shame! This is all your fault! Such a terrible weakness! You are a affront to all the legal system stands for! I demand satisfaction! Oh my god, she killed him. She killed a man. She just straight up murdered a man in court! Though he totally deserved it. It's fine.
I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you. Right. Court is now adjourned.
To be continued. A man was murdered in the courtroom and nothing of great value was lost. Okay. I hate to stop it here, but is Wright suddenly feeling better? Yeah, no, I think that's gonna be it for Edgeworth. I think that's gonna be it for Edgeworth's part in all this for some reason. Yeah, Wright is gonna make a miraculous recovery because let us not forget, this is his game and this is his case. Yeah, he got that 24-hour bug. He got that 24-hour pneumonia. Alright, I think that's gonna be... I think that might be it for today. All the screaming is, I forgot how much screaming is involved when I play as Franziska. Not as me screaming as Franziska, but as me screaming at everybody else as they're getting whipped to death. Yeah, the one where it doesn't leave you crippled in bed for weeks. Yeah. Exactly. Alright, and to compound the bad news, I will not be streaming next Sunday. I have been working on a play with a bunch of kiddos, and our performance is next Sunday, so I'm gonna be busy all day working with the kiddos and making sure that we're ready for the show. Yeah, it's super nice. The kids are fun. Break a leg, thank you. So no Gay Lawyer Sunday next week. But I do still plan on doing a couple of streams this week. Tomorrow we are back to Persona 5 Royal. Are we going to beat up Madarame AI? Possibly. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. As for everything else, if you guys want to keep up with me on social media outside of streaming, you can find me super_geek_girl on Twitter/X. You can also find me supergeekgirl214 on YouTube and SGGPlays VODs. if you missed any of today's stream, including a unfortunate redeem where I had to do a chipmunk voice for Edgeworth early on in the stream, you can catch that on SGGPlays VODs later this afternoon. And of course, there's always a Discord. I will be having an Ace Attorney watch party in May. Because we're almost done with this, and at the end to celebrate, we're gonna have a big ol' Ace Attorney watch party in the Discord server. It is a Discord server exclusive event, so if you're not part of the server, this is your chance. Join the server before it's too late. All right, so that's gonna do it for me, guys. I'm gonna go get some tea or some sort of liquid refreshment. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope you guys had fun, and until next time. Stay super! I will catch y'all tomorrow night. So long!